And then it was over. With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its queen. The Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Alistair, the son of King Merrick and last of the Therin bloodline, gave his life for us by slaying the mighty archdemon. But the one who led the battle against the Darkspawn thankfully remains with us still. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the hero of Ferelden. The first Grey Warden to defeat the Blight since Garahel 4 centuries ago.
Thank you. Thank you.
Grey Warden. It is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. Is there any boon you might request of Ferelden's queen?
I don't know. I want to be fucking leader. Yes, I want full support from Ferelden going to my dwarven people in their struggle against the Darkspawn. Give me your money.
Very well. My people seem to forget the plight of yours all too easily, do we not? Let it be known that Ferelden hereby offers its full military support to the new King of Orzammar, and will aid in reclaiming the parts of the deep roads it has lost. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arlhow, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? Will you remain with the Grey Wardens?
Well, I guess I've left here and, you know, the upper world. Think I'll return to Orzammar for now.
Of course. Know that you are always welcome in court should you decide to return.
Yeah, sure.
There is a group of eager Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you are ready.
I don't trust you, Nora. You know. Warden Commander. Achievement unlocked. Look at that. Let's have a friendly chat with my party members. Hi, Shale.
How incredible that it survived. It has exceeded my expectations.
You know, I'm not as squishy as you might think.
Apparently not. Thankfully, it appears to be the exception when it comes to its kind. Otherwise, I might be forced to revise my opinion completely. But it is time for me to find my own way. Its quest is done now, and thus it is less interesting than before.
Well, yeah, indeed. You're my golem, remember?
I am a golem, and it is a master without a working control rod, so I will go while I can. Perhaps I will meet it once again in its travels, or perhaps not. Either way, I wish it well.
Thank you, I guess. Maybe we should better say. Gorem, how's life?
Ah, Glorious! You've really showed these humans something. Took down the Blight practically single-handed.
Yep, that's me. All in a day's work.
Exactly. Give these tall folks something to chew on the next time they badmouth a dwarf, that's what. I'm not just here to witness the whole human spectacle, however. The Assembly contacted me with a message for you. I guess they figured once a manservant, always a manservant. I don't mind. Thing is, we've both been given leave to return to Orzammar.
Both of us?
Apparently. I went down with you. Seems I rise back up with you too. Seems Harrowmont is mighty grateful. He's declared you the heir to House Iduken. Full rights restored for us both. And the Assembly is considering naming you a Paragon. Getting the humans to help Orzammar like you did, that should make it a lock.
Paragon. That's exciting news. That will help. That will help a lot.
Not a bad change from an exiled murderer, no? Congratulations, my friend. So, you think you might head back home? To tell them of the humans coming at the very least.
Yeah. Of course I'm heading back home, but that's the only place where I still have, you know, control, I guess. Definitely now that I might be becoming a Paragon.
Good. And I would be proud to take up my old position if you'll have me.
Sure, go.
At any rate, I'll let the humans get back to their dwarf worship. Still makes me smile to hear them talk.
I would love to have you by my side again, Gorum. Like the good old days. Hey Leon, how's it been going?
So here we are. The conquering hero has won the day, and now he takes his bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
But does the hero get his girl? Wink wink.
I don't know. I haven't read that part yet, have I? You'll have to tell me.
If she's smart, she'll stick around.
Oh, is that how it is? You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. Whether it was the Maker sending me to you or whatever, it was a good thing. I thought I was supposed to save you, to show you the way. But it seems it was meant to be the other way around. Odd how that works, no?
Yeah, suppose it is.
I've been offered a position to head up an investigation into the Darkspawn. It's quite exciting, really.
Investigation?
Well, we really don't know much about them, do we? Alistair says that we need to find out more, see how far they go in
else
the
is
deep
kind of
roads,
dead.
and where those brood mothers can be found. I agree. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
Have fun. Yeah, haven't missed anyone. Good. Severin, how have you been doing?
I will be relieved when all this pomp and ceremony is done. Such events are perfect opportunities for assassins, after all. I can't help but expect the crows to appear at any moment, which would be a welcome break, mind you.
Still think the crows will come after you?
Eventually. With Taliesin dead, it may take them time to figure out what has happened, but they are like the tides, predictable. You know, it does occur to me that staying in one place is only going to invite the crows to find me that much quicker. While fun, that might eventually get complicated. You said earlier that you are planning on leaving soon. Is that true?
Yeah, don't want to be hanged by a Nora if I'm, you know, not paying careful attention. It's indeed what I said.
And would you be in favor of my remaining with you? I've grown fond of you, you see. Sad, but true.
Yeah, I can always use an assassin. You're welcome to stay.
Then let the crows bring it on. I can mock them while you crush their skulls. And besides, I happen to like you. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well then,
right.
Since I am sticking around, I suppose we'll have plenty of time to speak later, yes? So go on and get paraded about. It's fun to watch. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you and make sure no one gets a clear shot. Not without paying me a great deal of coin, anyhow.
Yeah, right. Does not really make me feel comfortable. Ogren.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Do you think you might go back to Orzammar?
I don't know. Maybe eventually. I got offered a spot in the human army. And not as a mascot either. You know, these humans aren't bad for all their long legs.
General Ogren. Not bad.
Yeah, makes me wish Branka was still around so she could see what she's missing. Stupid girl. Ah, well, enough babbling. That pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, Ogren.
It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Spark! Why can't I, pat you on the back or something? I still have this, where is it? Tangled ball of yarn. Yeah. Have fun with it.
They call you Hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Do they then celebrate and put on parades?
When a Kunoran Vel is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
Would be quite a sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions.
Well,
I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
yep. It will be a long trip home, though.
Yes, but it will be welcome to be amongst familiar things again. It must be said, you gave me the chance to redeem my honor, and now it is done. I owe you a debt.
And I might as well collect on that one day.
Should I be in a position to repay, I will, whatever is asked. Perhaps we shall meet again. Should it be in battle, I will not seek you out. Panahedon, Warden.
Right. Off we go.
Are you ready, my lord? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Ready.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed her coronation, Anora proved herself an adept ruler. Trade agreements with all lands quickly brought new funds into the royal coffers, and with them the queen saw the capital rebuilt. The army was restored, laws were passed to encourage freeholders to produce sufficient harvests, and plans were conceived for a university. Am I supposed to click now, or is this going to pass by time? I don't know. Click. Yeah. Despite Loghain being executed in disgrace, Queen Anora insisted on building a monument to her father, overlooking the Orlesian emissary. The statue was largely ignored, save by Anora herself, who voyaged out to the statue once a year to place flowers at its feet. As the years passed, Anora continued to rebuff the advice of Ferelden's nobility, requesting that she remarry. Though prospective suitors from other nations visit Denerim from time to time, the Queen's only comment is that all of them fall far short of the bar she measures them against, that of her father. News that the Urn of Sacred Ashes has been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of this Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing the research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Tedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found A ripple of excitement spread among the pious people of Thedas, with many undertaking pilgrimages to see the ashes or partake of their healing powers. Following months of grim effort, Templars cleared the last remaining spirits from the Circle Tower, making it safe to rebuild a home for Ferelden's Circle of Magi. Rumors of what happened increased the common folk's distrust of the mages, and more than one young apprentice claimed to encounter mages thought long dead still wandering in the fade. Once the tower was rebuilt, Knight Commander Gregor stepped down from his post and retired to a life of private contemplation as a brother in the chantry. His health failed over time, and after refusing treatment, he perished in his sleep. Knight Commander Cullen was said to be more strict and less trusting of the mages even than Gregor was. He ruled the circle with fear. With the slavers shut down the alienage, the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court, a scandal amongst humans, but a sign of new hope to the elves. Who was the new king? Can't remember new king, and Nora didn't remarry, did she? Anyway. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community, and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. Arl even returned to Redcliffe, beginning the long task of rebuilding. He found the village already bustling and eager to leave behind the memories of those terrible nights facing the undead. Lady Isolde bore her husband another child, this time a girl. The birth was difficult, however, and Isolde died in Eamon's arms. He named the child Rowan after his own sister and raised her with a loving hand. When she began to exhibit affinity for magic at a young age, he gave her over to the Circle for training, but continued to visit her and loved her no less than before. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege of Denrim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. Yeah, they did well against the Archhuman. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. Zephyrian remained keeper of his clan for many years more, until finally he realized that the world was changing too quickly for him to keep pace. He constantly argued with the human court, increasing tensions, until one day he simply vanished. The Dailies searched for him, but it was obvious that he had left of his own volition and did not intend to return. In Orzammar, King Haramond quickly put down Baelon's rebellion and then passed a series of laws to please the clan lords. Unfortunately, that isolated the dwarves even further from the surface. Caste restrictions and the rights of the nobles both grew, and trade with the human lands was all but cut off. When the first human armies arrived from Ferelden, they found themselves blocked at the city gates. Haramond feared the disruption the humans would cause and permitted only limited aid in the form of equipment and herbal medicines. After a law excluding the castles from common areas of the city was passed, a rebellion saw the slums reduced practically to rubble. Although outrage was widespread, the assembly remained united behind King Haramond. The assembly unanimously declared Durak a living paragon following months of deliberation. A new statue was erected in the commons, and a new house founded in the paragon's name, quickly drawing a great number of followers from every caste. It was not long before Branka mastered Caridin's technique, learning how to use the Anvil of the Void to create new golems, the first in many centuries. The dwarven people greeted this news with cheers, though few knew of the cost. Initially, King Haramond was more than willing to provide volunteers for Branka. The golems were sorely needed to crush Baelon's rebellion after all, and they did so with success. But eventually Haramond declared that no new dwarven souls could be used on the Anvil. The unending need for golems in deep roads, however, gave rise to secret service raids to kidnap humans and elves for the mad paragon. When this came to light, a brief war broke out between Orzammar and Ferelden. The gates to the subterranean city was sealed, and Haramond's kingdom became more isolated than ever. Branka insists, of course, that the raids on the surface continue. True to her word, Morgan vanished the same night she made her offer at Redcliffe Castle. Someone of Morgan's description was later seen traveling alone, heading west through the Frostback Mountains. Several years later, Tales out of Orlais said that the strange, dark-haired mage had initiated herself within the Empress' court. Both Durak and the companions who helped defeat the Blight eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or a call to further adventure. Circumstance dictated that they would not see each other again, at least for a time. As the blighted lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the order in Amaranthine, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize roving war bands that preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These war bands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais and crossed the shining sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But these are tales yet to be told. This tale ended with the death of the Archdemon and the end of the Blight before it truly began. Surely Durak would be heard from again. So, we end with the credits. This has been my Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins. It was a whole lot of fun, really enjoyed doing it. And more Let's Plays are to come, I can assure you of that. So, thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and stay tuned for more. Goodbye.